My fellow Americans, we've got some work to do.
Believe it or not, there are different types of Asians.
Obviously.
We aren't watered-down versions of two great things.
Asian Americans are great 2 times over.
So whether it's behind the camera, in front of a camera, or nowhere near a camera,
we are going to make it impossible to ignore us.
So welcome to our world, and leave your shoes at the door.
Hi, this is CL. Thank you for joining today. We made it almost halfway into the year, and looking back, you might say, we've all spent a lot of time alone. At moments, we've been made to feel isolated, not just from the world, but from ourselves and what makes us who we are. Before the next few hours, I hope we could join together in songs, in poetry, in meditation, celebration of our history, our culture, and in laughter and joy. We are here to thank our families who've raised us. We thank our artists who've joined us today, near and far. We thank our communities who we stand with side by side, and we thank you for being here. We will also be spotlighting throughout the night various organizations making change in our communities. Thank you again and enjoy the show. Welcome to Asia Rising Together.
Toss it around, and the folds will just kind of come together naturally.
They're not.
No, just roll it.
Help!
Roll it like this.
I am!
It looks so crinkly. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It looks like brain or something.
Okay, but I folded it in.
I'm Audrey Mika. I'm half Japanese, half white. From a young age, I always loved my mom's cooking.
Oh, that's better, kind of.
Well, you want to
I'll
tuck
eat
it
it.
in. You want to tuck it in on the bottom. So.
My mom has just always been making mochi at home, and it always being like a dessert or a treat for me. So I always looked forward to eating it.
Okay, so you cut the strawberries, and Audrey, you get you measure the flour.
Uh-oh, I did 102.
That's okay.
I grew up with lots of games and stories that my mom would always tell me about just Japanese culture and like really enforcing that.
Remember?
What?
The Japanese mushrooms?
The ear!
There will always be a fun little dynamic between all of us, and my mom just like kind of being sassy towards us, and we're just like, we don't know what we're doing.
The trick is not to have any exposed sticky area.
Sorry.
Get your hand out of there. I insisted on speaking to you guys in Japanese because I
forgot.
know language is a gift of love. And I wanted to make sure that you guys at least had a flavor of knowing another part of you.
I like your kisses, and I know that you love me. No, it don't make no difference if you're spending your money. I don't make time to tell you what you already know. And you love that I do all of this shit on my own. I love buying my own roses. I open my own doors. Don't reach for the check. I got it, and I'll drive us back in the Porsche. I just want you to hold me. You know that means more. Don't need to spend your money, 'cause you already know that I'm yours. Already know that I'm yours. Know that I'm yours. Already know that I'm yours. You always do the dishes, and I think that it's lovely. You clean up the mess in my head when I overthink and it gets ugly. I don't make time to tell you what you already know. And you love that I do all of this shit on my I'll buy my own roses. I'll be my own thoughts. Don't reach for the check. I got it. And I'll drive us back in the voice. I just want you to hold me. You know that that means more. Don't need to spend your money, 'cause you already know that I'm yours. Already know that I'm yours. Know that I'm yours. Already know that I'm yours. That I'm yours. Except for me is dead, and I'm okay with that. I'm my own gentleman, so let's bring it back to the bed. Oh, chivalry is dead, and I'm okay with that. Oh, I'm my own gentleman, so let's bring it back to the bed. Yeah, it's dead. Yeah. Ooh.
In high school, I do remember my mom would make onigiri, and I always felt kind of self-conscious even about that, just eating that.
I actually do remember Sammy, by the time she got to high school, she insisted on having brown paper bags.
I didn't realize that it was such a superpower, you know, to be mixed and just be able to have so much culture behind me and my family. Yes.
Remember, Japanese eat with our eyes. So presentation is everything.
But now, you know, I'm at a place where I don't feel ashamed of any of that. If anything, I want to show that it's so important to represent every aspect of everything: clothing, fashion, food, and making up for all those years that I didn't appreciate her. Now, that's all I want her to know, is that I do appreciate all the food she makes and how she took care of us and still does.
Lost and found, I've been up and let down. Wanna give up and just get out, but I don't. Up all night, I've been fighting what's on my mind. Kinda feels like I lost the fight, but I won't. I know it consumes me, but I won't let it hurt me. I know I got so much to be living for. The higher I fly, the harder I fall, but maybe the highs are worth the lows. As long as I try, don't care if I fall, and maybe I'm lucky to be here at all. Yeah, I know, it consumes me, but I won't let it hurt me. I know I got so much to be living for. Found my home with the people I love the most. On my own, but I'm not alone anymore. Better today than I was only yesterday. And if I could turn back time, I wouldn't change anything. I have everything I need. Oh, yeah, I know, it consumes me, but I won't let it hurt me. I know I got so much to be living for. The higher I fly, the harder I fall, but maybe the highs are worth the lows. As long as I try, don't care if I fall, and maybe I'm lucky to be here at all. Yeah, I I know it consumes me, but I won't let it hurt me. I know I got so much to be living for. Better today than it was only yesterday. And if I could turn back time, I wouldn't change anything. I have everything I need. Oh, I've already made up my mind. I'm alive today, and I know I'll be alright. I wouldn't change anything. I've got everything I need. The only thing that you can do is not be afraid to represent where you come from.
That's more than enough.
You are so unique and special in your own way. It's so important to never be afraid to speak up about it. Okay? Everybody really should be proud of who they are and just feeling like they can take on anything, no matter what they look like and who they are. You should represent that and not be afraid to do that.
Hi, I'm Luna Lee. I'm Korean Canadian, and I'm really excited to play a couple of tracks for you today. This one is really special to me. It's called Cherry Pit.
Spit a cherry pit down in the forest. I will find it and carry it in my pocket. Grow a little more so you know a little more, and you're tall as the trees in the morning. I fall up Alone but not lonely, 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 alone but not lonely. 달빛에도 눈을 적셔 내 손을 잡고 어디론가 뛰어줘 거짓말 같았던 그 밤을 지나 끝없이 헤맨다 해도 Running through the wait for the night 달이 선명해지면 그때 널 담고네 널 안고네 oh, 뒤돌아보지 마 끝없이 달리면 모두가 잠들 때 우리만 남을 때 Where are we go 너에게 기대 눈을 감고선 우리의 기억을 잠시 멈췄으면 해 Where are we go 마지막 just 빛을 담고선 이 밤이 영원히 끝나지 않게 달빛에 두 눈을 적셔 내 손을 잡고 어디론가 뛰어줘 거짓말 같았던 그 밤을 지나 끝없이 헤맨다 해도 Running through the 들리지 않아도 바라보지 않아도 알고 있잖아 네 곁은 나의 곁인 거야 짧은 이 밤이 끝나지 않아도 나의 속삭임이 내게만 들린다면 Where are we go 달빛을 따라 너를 안고선 우리의 기억을 잠시 멈췄으면 해 마지막 just 빛을 담고선 이 밤이 영원히 끝나지 않게 달빛에 두 눈을 적셔 내 손을 잡고 어디론가 뛰어줘 거짓말 같았던 그 밤을 지나 끝없이 헤맨다 해도 Running through the night 짧은 이 밤이 끝나면 결국 돌아갈 테니 저기까지 가보자 저 별빛이 내리면 우린 손을 놓지 않을 거야 달빛에 두 눈을 적셔 내 손을 잡고 어디론가 뛰어줘 거짓말 같았던 그 밤을 지나 끝없이 헤맨다 해도 Running through the night away ride the bike let's running through the night worry stay with me oh let's running through the night I need to get something off my chest, 'cause lately I've been upset. You make me wanna dress in red and sing with my head out the window. I know it's better to be cold, better to wonder than to know. And so I'm gonna play the role. There might be some tears in my pillow. Don't know what I want, but I know I really, really wanna cling to you. Yeah, my head is innocent, but my body really, really wanna stand with you. We could be lovers in the night, we could be strangers in the light. I said going too fast for you, going too fast. Lovers in the night, we could be strangers in the light. If it's going too fast for you, we don't need to put a leave, we wanna do it now. Oh my love, we don't need to put a leave, we wanna do it now. Baby, I know love is bad, guess that is why I wanna have it. You make me walk in broken glass and sing with my head out the window, watching every tiny move I make while I pretend to look away. You know I take what I can get. There might be some tears in my pillow. Don't know what I want, but I know I really, really wanna cling to you. Yeah, my heart is innocent, but my body really, really wanna stand with you. We could be lovers in the night, we could be strangers in the light. I said going too fast for you, going too fast for you. Lovers in the night, we could be strangers in the light. If it's going too fast for you, we don't need to put a leave, we wanna do it now. Oh my love, we don't need to put a leave, we wanna do it now. Stay down. Oh my love, oh my love, start it out.
Hi everyone, this is Mai with Creative Vibes Music Therapy, and today I want to invite you all to release some of your fears and anxieties. When we do that, we are able to make decisions that are best for us rather than operating out of fear. And it's also a reminder that we do have the tools to stay present and grounded despite everything that's happening in our outside world. So I want to invite you all to place one hand over your heart and think of a fear or anxiety that you'd like to release. Take a few deep breaths. Surrender. I allow release. Hopes and fears illuminated. Just breathe. I'll surrender. I allow release. Hopes and fears illuminated. Just breathe. Just breathe. Thank you all for joining me and releasing some of your fears and anxieties today. I hope this was a good reminder that you have the tools to stay grounded and present.
Someday, I'll love Ocean Vuong. Ocean, don't be afraid. The end of the road is so far ahead. It is already behind us. Don't worry. Your father is only your father until one of you forgets. Like how the spine won't remember its wings, no matter how many times our knees kiss the pavement. Ocean, are you listening? The most beautiful part of your body is wherever your mother's shadow falls. Here's the house, with childhood whittled down to a single red tripwire. Don't worry, just call it horizon, and you'll never reach it. Here's today. Jump. I promise it's not a lifeboat. Here's the man whose arms are wide enough to gather your leaving, and hear the moment just after the lights go out, when you can still see the faint torch between his legs. How you use it again and again to find your own hands. You asked for a second chance and are given a mouth to empty out of. Don't be afraid. The gunfire is only the sound of people trying to live a little longer and failing. Ocean, ocean, get up. The most beautiful part of your body is where it's headed. And remember, loneliness is still time spent with the world. Here's the room with everyone in it. Your dead friends passing through you like wind through a wind chime. Here's the desk with the gimp leg and a brick to make it last. Yes, here's a room so warm and blood close. I swear, you will wake and mistake these walls for skin.
Hi, Ocean. How are you?
Hi, Peter. I'm good. I'm deeply honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Good, good. Thanks for coming on the show. Just for our listeners, can you just introduce yourself, tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Ocean Vuong. I'm a poet, novelist, and professor, and I try to make sense of the world through the imagination and language, essentially.
Can you take us on a journey of your career path and how you got started?
Well, I started at a community college to study marketing in New York at Pace University, and then I dropped out. And one day I never signed out of Pace. I don't know what that means. I just walked out and I never went back. And I crossed the Brooklyn Bridge and I thought about, I already failed. Like, oh, I'm the only one to go to college in my family, and within months I failed. So I was like, okay, if I'm already a failure, I might as well fail while doing what I love. And so I started to couch surf on friends' couches and homes and kitchens and closets while reading in the back of bars, reading my work in the back of bars. And I did that for a while, and someone said, you might as well get a degree in literature. And so I went to Brooklyn College, and I got my degree in 19th century American literature. And then I, immediately had no money, have no prospects. So I went home to Connecticut and started writing, and that led to my first collection of poems, Nice Guy with Exit Wounds.
Can you offer any tips or advice for someone wanting to pursue a similar career as yours?
If it stops giving you joy, give yourself permission to stop. Only when you know how to stop do you know how to go on. And there's been times in the span of the 12 years that I've been working that I thought, I think I'm not a writer. And I stopped. But I learned that when I stepped away, something called me back, and it was the love of language. When you get to step away, you take off a lot of pressures. You take off building the CV, getting a contract, having a career. And when you take those things out of the picture, you're left with the original joy of discovering this art. It takes us to the ultimate destination. It takes us through our whole careers.
What was the process of getting that, first book published?
I sent my book to a publisher that I like. I thought they lost it. It took like a year, and they got back to me one day. I picked it up, and the editor said, "We'd love to publish you." And the moment I think that really it took off was actually a legendary Asian American critic, Michiko Kakutuni, this chief critic of the New York Times. She said to my publisher, "Send me that book." And they said, "We already did." And he said, "Well, send me." I didn't get it. Send another one. And then she reviewed it, and she gave this very generous, careful, and really respectful review. We often think so much of media and art is run by white folks. Our communities are finally being in the position to take care of each other and recognize each other. That was kind of how my career really started, by an Asian American woman saying, "I see you. I know what you're doing." That was so, so important, and I'll never forget that.
Well, as we're celebrating AAPI Heritage Month, what are some ways we could support and uplift one another as Asian creatives?
Forget about that binary of good or bad, right? But say, what is happening? Describe to yourself what you're experiencing. If more folks in our community can just look at each other and say, why and how, rather than yes or no, good or bad, that would be so wonderful.
In what other ways would you say your Asian identity has shaped your creative process or journey?
I can't point to any one thing. I have to say all of it. If I write the word the, T-H-E, that one, that specific the, comes through an Asian American experience. Even the word the, right? So on one hand, it's nothing to be concerned over, right? On the other hand, it's inescapable, right? So knowing that everything that comes out of my hand, the language that comes out of me, comes through an Asian American filter and vessel, I'm free to kind of do whatever I want, because my the will be different from everyone else's the. What I'm interested in is that, where does that experience propel me? The is an article that leads to somewhere else. The same thing with Asian American identity. It would be helpful if Asian American writers and makers ask ourselves that question. Where are we headed? Where do we want to go? Where do we want to take this talent? That's when I'm getting really excited. It's like, that's what art making really is when you really head off the cliff. That cliff where no one's been before. And you gotta trust that you have wings. That's so scary. But if you're prepared, if you prepared well, if you trust in your vision, you know, whatever your wings are made of, they'll take you enough. And that's what really excites me.
Ocean, thank you so much. This is so educational and inspiring, and I honestly feel like I'm gonna have to listen to this a couple more times, just even for myself and thinking about my craft as well. So thank you again for your time.
Thank you, Peter. It's a deep pleasure, and I hope to see you again soon.
Me too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm mxmtoon, or you can call me Maya, and I'm a Chinese-American musician based in Brooklyn, New York. So I grew up in Oakland, California, which is right across from San Francisco. It's where I was born. I feel like that's probably one of the most iconic Chinese-American locations in all of the United States. I never knew anything other than that. I think one of the beautiful parts about living in Brooklyn is that there is such a huge community of Chinese people, and to come across the country wasn't too daunting, knowing that there was something on the other side that will always be familiar. And I think that's just one of the great things about growing up around a certain culture. I get comments all the time from random people on the internet that expect me and will tell me to my face that they think that I have too many thoughts. Being a woman who's Chinese American is really trying to fight against the stereotype that Asian women are submissive and quiet and don't have strong belief systems or opinions on things. And I'm a really loud, opinionated person, and I think coming into the music industry and working as an artist, it was definitely difficult at points for people to be okay with the fact that I'm going to just be exactly opposite of all these different things that have been set up and these preconceived notions of what it's like to be Asian. So I'm actively always trying to fight against that.
Just close your eyes, soon we'll be home. Fall asleep to the radio. Strangers pass by, red, green, and gold. I wonder what they're all waiting for. I was just a kid, dreams are looking big, and then I had to grow up. No one ever says all the love you give might not be enough. Broke my heart in two a couple times before it hurt too much. I was such a fool, didn't know the rules of playing make-believe. Didn't know that getting old would come and meet me. Wishing on a star, waiting for a car to take me away. And my mama would say, just close your eyes, soon we'll be home. Fall asleep to the radio. Strangers pass by, red, green, and gold. I wonder what they're all waiting for. Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Ah, ah, ah. Living day to day, weeks become the same, everything is a blur. What's it gonna take? What's the final say? Is this all worth it? Wishing on a star, waiting for a car to take me away. And my mama say, just close your eyes, soon we'll be home. Fall asleep to the radio. Strangers pass by, red, green, and gold. I wonder what they're all waiting for. Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Ah, ah,
think one of the first role models I saw on social media, I feel like they accurately talked about like the experiences of what it's been like for them, is Zendaya. And I feel like she's like an inspiration for multiple people, but I know in my life, like she's from Oakland, California, and so to have that person who is also from the place I grew up with, talking about issues that I'm passionate about and affect me too, it was crazy, it was life-changing. I think it's always wild when you see someone you look up to talk about something that also affects you. And there's few things that are as powerful as that. My favorite show on Netflix is BoJack Horseman. I don't think that anything has topped it in my recent memory. There's a character in BoJack Horseman named Diane, and she's Vietnamese American, and she talks about her experience as a creative especially, and her Asian American identity, and that character has been really important to me as a creative who's also Asian American. Yeah. Honestly, I think the biggest inspiration in my life has probably been my grandma. I think that watching her and hearing her stories as she's gotten older and the comfort level that she has with sharing what's happened to her has really inspired me to try and be as honest as I can, as early as I can. I want to be able to talk about my story because hearing her speak about her experience gives me the courage to do that with my own. And if I can do that for a younger audience and whoever's watching, that's really special.
Life's a losing game when you don't play. Don't hold your cards too close is what they say. And love is just another leap of faith, but I jump right in. I took the train, I took the call. I didn't know just where I'd fall, where it'd take me. Another step, another stare. I'll never know if I'll get there, but just maybe. I want something more than a restless mornings, getting by so boring. Take another look before it goes. Days are only footprints in the snow. How far away can I walk till I'm way too far from home? I wish I knew, I wish I knew. I want something more than a restless mornings, getting by so boring. Take your time, enjoy it. Every fleeting moment, getting by so boring. I took the train, I took the call. Didn't know just where I'd fall, where it'd take me. Another step, another stare. I'll never know if I'll get there, but just maybe. I want something more than a restless mornings, getting by so boring. Take your time, enjoy it. Every fleeting moment, getting by so boring.
Being the object of hate makes you really focus on the world that you live in, because it's upfront and personal and in your face. We are the Vietnamese American Community Center, and our core competency is serving the Vietnamese community and the Asian community. Social navigation is a really difficult proposition for immigrants. Part of the reason that we develop a center for wraparound service is so that they can go to one location and get all the services that they need, from food security to education to employment to health. We wanted to have a place that they could come for all of those services, and we would bring the services to them. Anything that they might need as an immigrant or a refugee, they can come here for those services. And that's, our primary role, is to be a safe place.
A lot of our clients are elders who can't leave their house. They were so impacted by COVID-19 because they're medically vulnerable, so they can't leave their house. So we're kind of protecting them that way by delivering food to their doorsteps for them. We deliver to our clients twice a month or every 2 weeks, and they receive like a 15-pound meal bag as well as a bag of produce. These community markets, ethnic small business stores rely on the community members for business. So we want to make sure we're not actually taking business away from these stores, but actually contributing to it.
I think most of us have the same distressing reaction to the Atlanta event and subsequent events that involved anti-Asian hate.
Asians really aren't covered very much, just in general. And then when you have all this recurring coverage that's saying Asians are victims of this, or Asians are victims of hate crimes, or of crimes, or property crimes, or whatever you want to put it, the only thing that's being reinforced is that Asians are victims. And I think one important way maybe we could reframe everything that's going on is just the resilience, I think, in the AAPI community.
When I think of like resilience and strength, I always look back at my family's history and how they got here.
We grew up in between two cultures. We were raised by immigrant parents, and I think our future generation can be the stronghold against the challenges that have yet to come.
We still have a long ways to go, and we have to keep talking about it. We have to keep being visible, not invisible. And VASUP is here to make sure that all of that happens.
Has it really been a whole year since you said hello to a stranger?
Hi.
You got this. Just say hello. Maybe sup? Or howdy there? Or you could just wave. Maybe workshop that, but good first try.
We are 新しい学校。
この度私たちは初めてにアメリカに来ました。何もかもがビッグサイズで衝撃的でした。衝撃的でした。だからこそアメリカの広大な敷地で全力で踊ってみたい。踊ってみたい。
何だからすぐに秋葉探し物は何ですか。やりたくないこと飽きた。ありがとう余計なお世話。真の今日はクーランだし TikTok バズれば十分だし。まっすぐは帰ってくけど私の居場所はない。どこにもない。見つからない。いないないないないないはない。朝のファイ恋とか愛見つからないないないないないは 私は変わらずそのままありがとう余計なお世話真の相談待ったなしアニメは気づけば最終回またなるスマホの音うるさいどこにもない見つからないいないないないないないばない明日が怖い置いとく愛見つからないないないないないばYeah 毎晩意味わからん勉強めんどい時を Yeah 何でも比べたがる50メートル用意ドン Yeah 最下位でも幸せスキップ私悪い子 Yeah 毎朝苦いコーヒー午前中には起きろ Wake up かっこいいねニット見しちゃう身長大きいね大きいねくだらんくだらんかっこいいね嫉妬しっぱなしおっぱい大きいねやばいくだらんくだらんいないないないないないないどこにもない見つからないいないないないないないばない明日が怖い置いとく愛見つからないないないないないばないどこにもない見つからないいないないないないないばない明日が怖い置いとく愛見つからないないないないない
Okay, go.
The standard of beauty is dictated off of white people's standards, and as a young brown kid growing up, that doesn't work towards your favor. I was told that this nose wasn't pretty just because that's what white people weren't used to, and that's some stuff that really gets in you and you have to unlearn as you grow up. There were 0 brown superheroes, and the white kids had enough of Superman to go around to give them the confidence that let them fly to the moon. If I could say something to my 13-year-old self, I would say, you're a superhero. You just don't know it yet.
Go!
I doubt you can get over me. I hate the passing pain. Now I'm in too deep. Wow! I doubt he can get over these passing pain. Then stop his sleep. Wow! Okay, penny for your that, you'll make penny after that. Okay, many men have played, but not many men have fought. Jack in the dirt, might just lead to a spurt. They just guzzle down the battle, cause the boy is fucking first. I'm a pop up the bubble, I've been rushing with the rubble, I've been magic, I'm the muggle, I've been catching from the puddle, bugging out that I'm fucking for Buddha presto. For the motherfuckers who would think that they are special. Get over me. I hate the passing pain. Now I'm in too deep. Wow, I doubt he can. Got you.
Listen to this verse, it's too hard. I throw my shoulder out in the process of throwing you a life jacket. Greg Jennings on that bitch, I just might catch it. Less is more, but more is less fun, like magic. Treehouse style intertwined with mismatch it. He's out, his mind, yeah, I'm rocking in the pocket, but I'm so out of pocket. Cocky with my body, I just know how to rock it. Rashi and I'm naughty, so please just be cautious. Everybody yelling, yelling, please just don't stop it. Pass with my pen as I jack back my hand. Bitch, let's so trash, get wet. I doubt you can get over me. Ooh, ooh. I hate the passing pain. Hey! Now I'm in too deep. Hey! Listen. Penny for your thought, you'll make penny off of that. Many men have played, but not many men have fought. Okay, shut chat in the day. Might just lead to a spur. Might just guzzle down the bottle cause the boy is fucking thirsty. Pushing brand endorsements for a whole new region. Reaching for the stars, ain't you Brown Boy, Draco, Malfoy, Skull Temperature in the deep end. Now he's kinda heating, now he's too deep and got 2 feet. Full dick out in the boy, ain't need to see me. Let's play defense, be in the ring, let's see. Look at you, nah, this. You watching? Switch a knuckle point sandwich that needs more. Yeah, I see any couple with a band with the 88. Imagining an Asian great, the ladies case are crazy rich. Hey, bitch! Go! Wow.
Up in heaven, smiling on me. 있을 때 잘할걸, 들릴 때 말할걸. 어느 날가 다를 것 없었던 그날 아침 날 깨우는 벨소리에 난 이미 느꼈어. 시간을 돌리기에는 나 이미 늦었어. One last cry, oh please God try. Please don't let her down, me get on with the light. 내가 행복하게 해준다고 기다리랬잖아. 내가 정상에 설 때까지 기다린댔잖아. 조금만 더 참아줘, 세상에 남아줘. 신아 제발 이번 한번 못 본 척도 감아줘. 실수일 거야 신도 완벽하진 않아. 이 세상 가장 소중한 걸 가지려 하지 845 그대는 하늘나라로 오직 서만이 존재하는 평온한 세계로 845 그대는 하늘나라로 내 목소리가 들린다면 know that I love you 845 그대는 하늘나라로 오직 서만이 존재하는 평온한 세계로 845 그대는 하늘나라로 내 목소리가 들린다면 know that I love you 있을 때 잘할걸 들릴 때 외칠걸 얼마나 내가 그댈 사랑한다고 대답 없는 당신의 손을 꼭 붙잡고 혹시 크게 외치면 들릴까 소리 질러봐 제발 일어나 눈을 떠봐 One last cry Let me say goodbye Please don't let her down Me I know it's the lie 세상이 나를 미워해도 난 당신의 최고 그 누가 뭐래도 절대 날 탓하지 않는 무조건적인 당신의 사랑은 기적과도 같은 기적을 만드는 시다운 가장 완벽한 아름다움 The most beautiful thing in the world The most precious thing in the universe My love, I love 845 그대는 하늘나라로 오직 서만이 존재하는 평온한 세계로 845 그대는 하늘나라로 내 목소리가 들린다면 know that I love you 845 그대는 하늘나라로 오직 서만이 존재하는 평온한 세계로 845 그대는 하늘나라로 내 목소리가 들린다면 know that I love you 경성도에 니르네 망상이 그늘에서 벗어나 사슬을 끊고 1945 Yeah, we're gonna go back to the future or the past 해방의 깃발을 흔들어 하늘 위로 위로 해방의 칼날을 휘둘러 하늘 위로 해방의 주먹을 휘둘러 하늘 위로 해방의 칼날을 휘둘러 하늘 위로
유난히 검했었던 어리적 내 살색 사람들을 손가락질해 내 맘이 한테 내 바삐는 흑인 미군 여기저기 수근대 또 이렇군 저렇군 내 눈가에는 항상 눈물이 고여 어렸지만 엄마의 슬픔이 보여 모든 게 나 때문인 것 같은 죄책감에 하루에 수십 번도 넘게 난 내 얼굴을 씻어내 하얀 비누를 내 눈물에 녹였네 까만 피부를 나 속으로 원망해 와오와 세상은 나를 판단해 세상이 미워질 때마다 두 눈을 꼭 감아 아빠가 선물해준 음악에 내 혼을 담아 볼륨을 타고 높이 높이 날아가 저 멀리 La music, la music, la music
It goes on and on and on and on
세상이 미울 때 음악이 날 위로해주네 So you gotta be strong and you gotta hold on One more time from the sideline 미울 때 음악이 날 일으켜주네 Hey, so you gotta be strong and you gotta hold on 시간은 흘러 난 13살 내 살색은 짙은 갈색 음악은 색깔을 몰라 파란불을 알려줘 난 음악을 인도해 서로의 기대요 외로움을 위로해 그러던 어느 날 내게 찾아온 기회 마이크폰을 잡은 난 어느새 무대 위에 다시 만나 달라 하며 음악과 작별해 13살은 19 난 거짓말을 해야 해 내 얼굴엔 하얀 화장 가면은 써달래 엄마 피치는 오케이 하지만 아빠는 안 돼 매년 내 나이 19 멈춘 시간의 감옥 애같이 나는 내내 기대 너무나도 잠호 한 하루하루를 보내며 그들의 경고를 무시하고 음악이 그립다고 다출을 시도해 no 붙잡힌 나는 밤마다 기도했고 드디어 난 이제 자유의 몸에서 미울 때 음악이 날 위로해주네 So you gotta be strong and you gotta hold on 세상이 미울 때 음악이 날 일으켜주네 Hey, so you gotta be strong and you gotta hold on Say music Say music Say music Say music Say la 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 music Say
be willing to try. Sometimes it's hard to see all the good things in your life, but you gotta be strong, you gotta hold on and love yourself. Sometimes it's hard to see all the good things in your life, but you gotta be strong, you gotta hold on and love yourself.
윤달의 생일은 8번 내 생의 위기는 여러 번 눕혀진 팔자로 걸었던 걷고 걸었던 지혜 하늘의 말을 걸어 신의 시비를 걸었던 막막한 앞날에 막말해 솔직히 몰래 떨었던 철없던 그랬던 꿈은 아주 멀었던 꿈일 뿐 무일 뿐 내게는 사치일 뿐 그래도 내게 다가와 넌 내게 다가와 마치 내가 태양인 듯 나만 바라봐
넌 내 ANGEL 슬픈 나를 항상 미소 짓게 해 누가 뭐라 해도 you 내 맘을 녹여 너의 I love you Cause you will always be my ANGEL 슬픈 나를 항상 미소 짓게 해 누가 뭐라 해도 you 내 맘을 녹여 너의 I love you Cause you will always be my
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 7.8기로 맞길 올라가락은 두 박질 친구라던 무리들의 비웃는 손가락질 하는 자랑이들을 보며 난 내 일을 갈았지 나 그렇게 살았지 내 영혼도 눈 감았지 내 그림자도 귀찮았지 혹시 그때 내 맘 알아 그때 넌 날 감싸 안아 Angel my angel 난 미소 짓게 해 너 위에 뭐든 할 수 있어 집도 짓게 돼 My angel 난 미소 짓게 해 너 위에 뭐든 할 수 있어 집도 짓게 돼
너의 ANGEL 슬픈 나를 항상 미소 짓게 해 누가 뭐라 해도 you 내 맘을 녹여 너의 I love you Cause you will always be my ANGEL 슬픈 나를 항상 미소 짓게 해 누가 뭐라 해도 you 내 맘을 녹여 너의 I love you Cause you will always be my hold you closer 웃음이 반져 내가에 넘쳐 No matter what they say I'ma hold you close
Used to be a silly bomb 지칠 대로 지쳤던 힘들어 쓰러졌던 내게 날개를 달았죠 Used to be a silly bomb 지칠 대로 지쳤던 힘들어 쓰러졌던 내게 날개를 달았죠
너의 ANGEL
슬픈 나를 항상
미소 짓게 해
누가 뭐라 해도
내 맘을 녹여 너의 I love you Cause you will always be my ANGEL 슬픈 나를 항상 미소 짓게 해 누가 뭐라 해도 내 맘을 녹여 너의 I love you Cause you will always be my angel
My name is Jared Ju. I'm the founder of Mama. Mama itself is a platform to preserve immigrant culture through food, whether that's through recommendation, events, or content, we're here to help create a platform for immigrant-owned or mom-and-pop restaurants to thrive.
My name is Alice, and I am partners with Jared, and we started Drive-By Kitchen to kind of help save restaurants. And it started in May, I think, last year.
We're killing it till January, February, and then March came around, just shut us down. It was because of the pandemic, and I was afraid of my mom getting sick. I'm in front interacting with customers, and I figured if I catch it, I would definitely give it to my mom. She's like my best friend. I can't lose her. I could lose my restaurant, but I won't lose her. I was gonna go out quietly, just like one day we'll just put a sign up, close, and walk away, right? Alice right here, I call him my Hyung. Hyung is like my older brother that controls, right? I let her know. She's like, no way, you're not going out like this. I go, okay. And then she came up with Jared and Mama.
Alice is like, John One's closing. Can we please do a drive-by kitchen? I'm like, of course. Monday we launched it, and then everything kind of just happened from there.
Man.
LA Times picked it up, Eater.
Korean News.
And then from then on, people found out, so they started calling.
When they told me that they were going to close, they were heartbroken, they were sad. But after that week, his mom was ecstatic. She got like a standing ovation. The community loved her. Those 20 plus years that she worked, she made a difference in people's lives.
What we were trying to do this year was really try to scale and help more restaurants and also kind of give back to the community as much as we could. So there was a program that we're calling Mama's Meal Match Program, where every meal that is bought or sold through our website, we use donation money to buy a second meal, which doubles the restaurant's revenue. And then we take that second meal and donate to someone in need. Last time during Chinese New Year, we were able to donate to seniors in Chinatown, and this time we're doing it to elderly in Koreatown with KYCC.
If you have a favorite mom and pop shop, go get food from them at least once a week, or tell a friend about it, you know? We're all in this together, and if you see a restaurant struggling, go support them, you know? Give an extra $5, $10 tip or something, you know? Do what you can do for your own community, and that's very important, you know?
If you're craving something, go get it. 'Cause there's no guarantee it's going to be around, you know, another week or two.
I'm just very thankful. These guys are great, man. You know, we need more people like them. You know, Jared, Alice. You know, it's a small voice, but when the voice gets together, it makes a big, loud noise.
What's good, y'all? This is Dumbfounded, and thanks for tuning into the Asia Rising Together benefit concert. We're just taking a little breather right now, and I'm here joined by RZA of the Wu-Tang Clan, and of course, Sean Miyashiro, founder of 88 Rising. How you guys doing, man?
I'm sitting next to the legend, so I'm fine.
I'm sitting next to one of the smartest, coolest guys in our business, so I'm fine.
No, I appreciate you guys joining. I mean, I'm stoked to be here, obviously. For a lot of the people viewing right now, they might have seen you guys for the first time or seeing even RZA affiliated with 88 and doing something together. So what brings you guys together?
88 Rising, Wu-Tang. We got a project together that's capturing the art of our time.
Yeah.
Natural, like you said, you know, not like we wasn't saying, yo, let's get some peanut butter and jelly and make a sandwich. You know, we didn't say that.
You know, I remember when we were just starting to hang out, and he brought us to a Shaolin, what is this, Shaolin studio?
Yeah, USA Shaolin Temple.
And it was funny because I thought we were gonna get physical. It was like late at night, and all of us were there. Like the Higher Brothers were there. Ghostface came through, and we just ended up drinking.
Some good food, some good drinks.
Some good food and drink, and that was awesome. And then, you know, I was like, look, I think it just started. Everything, to your point, when it's natural, it's organic. You know, it builds more beautifully, and it just started with the song, and then it moved to what would it be like to do something holistic and a project together, and what that would represent, like us and you guys coming together.
And I think
to
that's
make
big.
something.
For
The
what you just
intersection.
said, what does that represent?
Black and Asian culture and this collision that's happening, because our cultures have been parallel as well as connected through a lot of course of our history here. You know what I mean? There's many cultures that's connected, but just us in particular. Our imagination is being infused with multi-cultures, and therefore it goes into the music.
It's a trip that we're even sitting here, because as a kid going to the record store, listening to them speak to me through music and words and their experiences and painting pictures, I saw the name Wu-Tang Clan, and I knew, I'm 12, but I knew that shit was like Asian. Just like the way, the samples, the kung fu in there, it's like, this is speaking to me, the way that it infused appreciation and true knowledge. It felt like everything was seamless, it connected together, and it was part of who they are. That was really important to me, even without me knowing how important it was at the time.
It wasn't even just like you guys just like accepting the Asian culture. It was also kind of for us, like, you put us onto a bunch of stuff that we weren't familiar with, like classic Asian films, really, for this generation.
To see that it comes back out and it attracts not just my community, because I had the whole hood going Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang, but then to go back and inspire the community, which gave me inspiration. It makes me feel good to know that, young men like yourselves are hearing it and feeling included, right? Because you are included. At the end of the day, Asian culture is infusing me as an artist, as a creator. I mean, how many times did I cut school to hang out in a movie theater to watch martial art triple features? You know what I mean? And so while some of my heroes could be Marlon Brando or Clint Eastwood, but the heroes that made me tingle is people like Gordon Liu.
And I find that so refreshing, especially how early on you guys, was so inspired by Asian culture. That cycle of influence in general. You being influenced by Asian culture, and just vice versa, and us being influenced by you being influenced by Asian culture, just a never-ending cycle there.
I mean, you gotta nurture something that inspires you and try to find the root and foundation of it.
No, I love that, because we need a reminder a lot of times of that history, and I kind of wonder, like, what is this next step, right? Like, just right now in the present, how do we make people feel like we're in this together?
First of all, we gotta demystify ourselves, thinking that we're different based on the misinformation of who and what we are. We need to understand more of each other so our communication could be purer, our delusions could be removed, and our common denominators can be more expressed with each other, because at the end of the day, we probably have more common denominators than we know. Now, I live by what is called the 12 jewels, okay? And I'm gonna say those 12 jewels to you, and I think that every man, woman, and child deserve this. Okay. And if we all could understand that and keep that common denominator, I think that's a great place to start the foundation of the unification. Here are the 12 jewels. Okay. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. We all need that. Mm-hmm. Freedom, justice, and equality. We all need that, right? Food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, and happiness, right? That's common. Now let's talk about them a little bit. I won't go too deep into it. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding should be self-explanatory, right? Freedom. What is freedom? Freedom must operate under a law of justice. What is freedom without justice? Because freedom without justice, I could just punch him in the face. But justice has to come. That's the reward and penalty for my actions. Right. So therefore, justice operates under the law of what? Equality. So now all men are what? Created and treated equal. Because of the freedom you have and the justice and now the equality. We could balance ourselves out. And equality means like, we all start as a single cell. Right? So then once we got that part of life, right, that's social now. Well, of course, every man needs food. And food is not just a physical food. It should be also food for thought. right? Every man needs clothing to cover yourself, but also a cloak of righteousness, a cloak of goodness sometimes, you know what I mean? And shelter. If a man got his food, clothing, and shelter, man, he's going to be so satisfied, right? And love is something that, you know, should be unconditional, right? You could get it from each other. You could give it. If you ever been in love, how far would you walk to see that girl, or what would you go through, right? Or if you got a child, like, what would you do to protect that? So love is a powerful thing, right? But what is love without peace? And peace is the absence of confusion. But if you are confused and you're in love, you still ain't going to have your what? Happiness. Because what is love without peace? You'll never reach happiness. And the lesson taught me one day, the meaning of happiness is total, complete satisfaction with yourself. Yeah. Now, if I'm satisfied with myself, I'm going to be okay with you. But if I'm dissatisfied with myself, now everything's going to fall apart and I'm looking at you. So those 12 jewels are important, bro.
That was fire. If everybody took a step towards that, beautiful things come out of it.
There's a lot of power in the individual. An individual can do a lot. You know, from the ground level on a one-to-one communication and replicating that further. I think that just needs to continue, as well as from a mass perspective, even with us as creatives in art, through art. Because when we do a project together, period, what does that mean? And people even in this generation might learn about Wu-Tang and learn that there was this group that came from Staten Island and they opened their hearts and fully appreciated, not appropriated, appreciated.
Exactly.
Asian culture.
Of course, this collaboration is super important, but I definitely think we need like cultural translators like yourselves, you know, having these discussions.
I think that that's what's exciting about this too, is that making art together, just even seeing that is an open door. You know, it's a gateway to further understanding.
And art, as you were saying, Sean, that's the injection that seems to work the most and seems to be the most powerful. And it's something that we have control of.
Right.
Right?
And I feel like that represents something big because coming together, I think it means a lot to a lot of kids out there.
I mean, you're 200% right with that, you know what I mean? I don't like to call you dumbfounded because you're so smart.
RZA, Sean, thank you guys for joining me in this conversation, really. I mean, this is legendary for me, you know what I mean? And I think it was much needed. And everyone out there, thanks for tuning in and enjoy the rest of the concerts for a good cause. Peace.
Please, no more Asian hate. My back against the wall. Said that you had enough, but you still take my call. Back against the wall.
Yo, what's good? This is Audrey Mika, and I'm an artist from New Jersey.
So, Mom, why did you move here? I came to the States because my father moved here. You know, I guess he wanted to have a better life for us. You know, he promised me that, like, when you come to America, live with me, then he's gonna have like a white room with a canopy bed, white piano.
White piano?
Yeah, so I was like, really?
Damn.
I mean, I didn't even know how to play the piano, but I was so excited, right?
And what'd you get when you showed up? What was it?
So it's like 2-bedroom apartment with 1 bathroom, and we had like 9 people living there.
It's crazy because we grew up with a piano.
I think it's like, you know, what you didn't have as a child, like you want your children to have.
Yeah.
You know?
When do you think it kind of stopped being really challenging for you? Like when was kind of like the over the hump or like over?
I think when I like, you know, like started to speak a little bit more English, when I learned and spoke better English, I was like back to myself again.
So Grandpa had a deli.
When I first came, he had a smaller deli, but through the past years, we had
Built
a deli
up
in the
his
city.
deli. It was called Happy Deli or something?
No, it was Cherry Blossom.
Cherry Blossom.
Lucky, Fendi in my pocket, just tryna get my flag. And I'm cynical, I'm honest, I'm down by the racks. Life's a bank, try to deposit, pop wrist out the sockets. No drip, I need no fuzzes. No tip when I get a new polish. No shit when I need a new rocket. No hit, I might need a new follow. With new trip, it was offered the prominence. Gibbets out of cracks, cause get it, I'm mature. Now I sip, then I floss, then I PR. Please don't ever go. So please don't ever go. Na na na, leave me on the coast, on the bedside with no palm trees, with no movies. Please don't ever go. Yeah, parky, laggy, Fendi in my pocket, just tryna get my flag. And I'm cynical, I'm honest, I'm down by the racks, like the bank, tried to deposit, pop wrist out the sockets. No drip, I need new fuzzes. No tip, wanna get a new polish. No shit, when I need a new rocket. No hit, I might need a new follow. With new trip, it was all for the prominence. Gibbets out of cracks, cause get it, I'm mature. Now I sip, then I floss, like my heart, but it's burn now. I sip, then I floss, like my heart, but it's burn now. I sip, then I floss, blame PR for the turn now.
The delis are where it's at.
Yeah, so I feel like really this is like my home.
Were you able to save up for whatever you wanted? Like
Back then, I
school?
just assumed like it was a natural thing to just give all your pay to your parents because I was still living.
Wild.
I was just still living with them under their wing, So it was like a natural thing. I never really questioned why do I have to give my earnings to you.
But it's kind of like crazy because in that time it was survival. It was you have to give your money to your parents or we're not going to eat, all of us. Living is just hard.
Yeah, living is hard, but like on top of that, you're immigrating to somewhere like you have no idea of, So it's like challenges, but that's what makes people, overcome it.
I'm undercover, I'm underwater. I didn't notice, I was too focused on all of the tokens. I wanted the boat, I shot the valet, we parked in my space. Space, I just need some space. Don't make me the one to say it. Don't make me the one to say it. I can't come down, I'm only human. I just need some space. 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 Sick of the cinema moon in Hollywood. Yeah. I am the carpenter's daughter, I could. My heart is snowing 'cause I love the fast food. I flush it down, I know that I have to. I just need some space. I just need some space, space. I just need some space, space, space. I just need some space, space. I'm only human, 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 human. Space, space, space. I just need some space, space. I just need some space, space, space. I just need some space, space.
Yeah, I don't think there's a disadvantage to being Korean American. Do you?
I wouldn't say it's a disadvantage. I think it pushes you to build yourself.
But for me, it's like that. It's not a disadvantage unless you let it be disadvantage. Like if you choose to believe like, oh, this is all true. Like we're supposed to be reserved. We're supposed to be this way, that way, the third. Then yeah, it's a disadvantage. But if you're like, oh, you think that I'm supposed to be this way? Fuck you. Like that's not who I am. I feel like that's an advantage. That's something that pushes me at least.
Being able to study, go to college, work in whatever field we want. Like our parents didn't get to work or study, and I mean in the field that they wanted. We have the time and the space, not to just survive day by day, but to plan out our lives, to have dreams.
Have a choice.
But you didn't have that choice, I don't think.
I don't think I had a choice.
No. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Imagine our grandmas.
The same blood.
The kind of struggle that they went through. I mean, you think about mom and the struggle she went through, and grandma and the struggle she went through, but I'm sure as you go each generation, it's even worse and more hardship and more adversity, Respecting that, but also realizing that I think adversity has made us who we are in a good way, like it's in our blood to just overcome.
Makes us stronger. Yes.
Yo. Hey, Guap. What's up, baby? I'm doing good.
I'm Filipino. My grandma moved from the Philippines after she met my grandfather, who was in the Merchant Marines. Food, honestly, for me, has been the epicenter of most basic family conversation. When I eat something like chicken adobo, it reminds me of my grandma cooking it at home. That atmosphere, those colors, it's very warm. That's how I feel inside when I eat this food. And the closest thing that I can relate to that feeling is love.
It's scary, but love is scarier. I'm just trying to make it in America. How I fell in love with you, it was beautiful. Like chicken adobo, how you fill me up. Being by myself with love is scarier. I'm just trying to make it in America. Yeah, summer on 10, mama on being. Bust out the spin, bust out the rent, piecing it in. Brother bitch in, mother's kitchen, we going in. Breaking shit up like we could cook cook it, making shit up. Bring the girls over and making them cut. Boy, I had hopes, since snotty my nose, dirty my clothes. What is a vote? With my uncle on Vogues and my cousin on foes. Wide open, how I come in your name. I be proving how I'm numbing the pain. Only thing I changed about you's your name. How I fell in love with you, it was beautiful. Like chicken adobo, I feel me up. Being by myself is scary, but love is scarier. I'm just trying to make it in America. How I fell in love with you, it was beautiful. Like chicken adobo, how you fill me up. Being by myself with love is scarier. I'm just trying to make it in America. In the summer, I got you. In winter, I got you. I fall in your body in spring for your tribes. I'm changing your name, so call up your mama. If you don't got it, then call up your papa. If you don't got it, then fuck it, you got me. Bring you back home and show you where I've been. Take you to Oakland and show me your problems, and we can go solve them. It's just you and I. Highlight of every game, cause you call when we slide. We both get canceled every day. You do no wrong in my eyes. Hold me down like you been holding me down, baby. That's exactly how I fell in love with you. It was beautiful. Like chicken adobo, how you fill me up. Being by myself is scary, but love is scarier. I'm just trying to make it in America. How I fell in love with you, it was beautiful. Like chicken adobo, how you fill me up. Being by myself with love is scarier. I'm just trying to make it in America.
The first time that I really felt represented, there was a Spider-Man being published for the first time that was biracial. His name's Miles Morales. He's a kid from New York. He wasn't Filipino, but I just thought it was so tight that he was mixed, especially Spider-Man, one of my favorite superheroes of all time. I've never seen just somebody just outright be biracial, and it's not a thing where they don't have both sides of his family's warring. It's just him, you know? And I think that's beautiful because that's how I look at myself. I like being different. I like being an individual. My grandma has always encouraged that, to do the things that I want to do in this world. That's probably been my fuel to drive me to that passionate self-love and rejoice for your roots.
It's a check. Yeah. You gotta understand me. Me and all my niggas, we some big shots. Got to blame me. If I send a shooter, he gon' send in big shots. I know I look young, but I got big guap. Big fatty, big breaded, big love. They check me when I'm big-headed. Everybody wear a crown around me. Even my demons felt blessed when they found me. I'm a baller, shot caller. Little mama, my baby, but not my baby mama. Shit, I could change that too. Yeah, I was busting out the motherfucking bag. Pull 10, 20, 30 racks out on they broke ass. My bitch dick busting out the frame. Play with that on the jet. She was busting on the plane, trying to put on for my motherfucking team. I paint a picture with that words I'm trying to put on for that scene. I got niggas who just waiting on the text, and they gon' pull up like what's next. If it's a problem, we gon' get on niggas next. I know I could be a boss with my eyes closed. I know mine froze, but I need my guys froze. I'm still trying to put my niggas on, so that's why you gotta understand me. Me and all my niggas, we some big shots. Got to blame me. If I seen a shooter, he gon' send in big shots. I know I look young, but I got big guap. Big fatty, big breaded, big love. They check me when I'm big-headed. Everybody wear a crown around me. Even my demons felt blessed when they found me. I'm a baller, shot caller. Little mama, my baby, but not my baby mama. Yeah, I could change that too. Yeah, I'm the tastemakers ripping off. Why you pillow talking, why you kiss and talk? That's the type of shit that's supposed to piss me off. Then I'm out of pocket when it sticks involved, stitch this, this. It wasn't always boss shit. It wasn't always come up off the cost shit. I had to sacrifice and leave, or the streets was finna sacrifice me. I know I can be a boss with my eyes closed. I need my froze and I need my guys froze. But I'm tryna put my niggas on, tryna put my niggas on. So that's why you gotta understand me. Me and all my niggas, we some big shots. Got to blame me. When I send a shooter, they gon' send them big shots. I know I look young, but I got big guap. Big fatty, big breaded, big love. They check me when I'm big-headed. Everybody wear a crown around me. Even my demons felt blessed when they found me. I'm a baller, shot caller. Little mama, my baby, but not my baby mama. Yeah, I could change that too.
For me, I just like to honestly focus on love and have conversations like this where we can champion for our heritage. Whether you mixed or not, Asian or not, we all gotta live in this country together. And this country is not the greatest place on earth. So I suggest people pick up a broom and a shovel, shut the fuck up and start sweeping. That's what we all should be doing. We all have talents. We all create beautiful art, beautiful music, architecture, cuisine, design. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's good at something. That's what we should be celebrating. That's what we should be championing. And then helping those who are lost in the search of that, maybe give those some guidance. That's the best thing we can do.
My fellow Americans, we've got some work to do.
Believe it or not, there are different types of Asians.
Obviously. We aren't watered-down versions of two great things.
Asian Americans are great 2 times over.
So whether it's behind the camera, in front of a camera, or nowhere near a camera,
We are going to make it impossible to ignore us.
So welcome to our world, and leave your shoes at the door.
Loving you's getting harder and harder to do. Got my head set on, my phone keeps calling you. And you never pick up unless you got nothing to do. But you say that you want me, just I want you over and over like it's a rover. Will your games ever be through? Play me over and over, permanent lover. Hoping you run out of quarters soon. Don't hate me, leave me, no I don't mean that. Love me all the way to death. Oh, it's killing me out. Fear is holding me down, but I wanna push you. still wake to sunsets, 이름 alone, watching the moon rise, asking on and on. What's going on? How you've been doing? You sleeping alright? I worry your tears to wake you up at night. You know why, but you don't know why at the same time. Hold your arm, you're 50 proof high. Been worried all night, wondering all night who loves you now. Why's the problems leaves turn autumn when they won't stop falling from your eyes, from your sighs? Who loves you now? Loves you now.
Oh, what is healing to me? Healing comes, define healing. I would have to say that healing is probably something that comes with understanding naturally over time. Pain is instant, and then, just like scars, like they eventually blemish away into scars, right? Like cuts blemish into scars. I feel like the Asian community has been being bombarded with all these slashes at them for a long time. And it's finally time for people to put a stop to it. And I feel like it's slowly stopping with the movement. And with time, we'll heal, and those scars, those cuts will turn to scars, and they'll just be things of the past. And hopefully the Asian American community will be able to take one step further into empowering themselves.
어제는 어떤 날이었나, 특별한 게 있었던가, 떠올려보려 하지만 별다를 건 없었던 것 같아. 오늘도 똑같이 흘러가. 나만 이렇게 힘들까? 어떻게 견뎌야 할까? 마음껏 소리쳐 울면 나아질까? Live a life. 낮과 밤을 반복하면서 Live a life. 뭔가 바꾸려 해도 할 수 있는 것도 가진 것도 없어 보여. I feel like I became a zombie. 머리와 심장이 텅 빈 생각 없는 어수와 빛. 언제부터 이렇게 된 걸까? Oh, I became a zombie. 난 또 걸어 정처 없이, 내일도 들을 건 없이, 그저 잠에 들기만을 기다리며 살아. 그렇게만 기다려 살아.
My name is NIKI. I'm an Indonesian singer-songwriter. For a really long time, being Asian has meant to kind of keep your head down and be accommodating and let others go first. And I think it's so important now more than ever for us to kind of display ourselves as the complex, whole dimensional human beings that we are. And if that means that you're loud at a dinner party, then be loud. If that means that you don't want to be a doctor and you want to be an artist, go do that, you know? And I think it just, yeah, just be fully and unashamedly who you are.
The blades are dull now, the armor's dented, the water's cold and still like us. We shiver badly, our teeth are chattering, but it's not out of fear this time, 'cause the beasts have scattered. Our story stains the ground. The bloodbath's over now, so drive on. Slow, the rubble's high. We only grow when the light rises in new horizons. So when you go left, hope you see right. It might be dark, so turn your headlights on and drive on. Drive on, so drive on. Oh, children of the may we grow, may we bloom, and don't look back, the future looks like you and me, so we drive on. Drive on, so drive on.
I think the first time that I was like, wow, that is an Asian person up there killing it, was when I saw Ali Wong's set on Netflix. She was pushing the boundaries and also just kind of reshaping the people's idea of like maybe what an Asian woman is like, you know? And I think there's just so many archetypes and stereotypes and just you're put in a box and there's so many labels. And the whole reason that I do this is I want to show everybody out there that you can be whatever, honestly.
Yeah, I'm faded, fake faces, I erase them. California, that fragrance, mad payments, fake places. California, I don't wanna be the one that's left behind. I love the way you lie, trying to get my money back straight this time. The hills is gonna decide. LA West Side, mama scared most of the time. Looking behind, what's this so-called life? Shot it with my other phone, yeah. Fake faces, gotta cut them off, yeah. Fake faces, they don't promise up, yeah. My faith is from the cameras, yeah. Flash, flash, I'ma take pictures from my fam down. Show 'em I've made it. Flashbacks to the pictures from way back. And the kids like, who's that, who's that? Now I do Hollywood, yeah. Copies everywhere like a walkie-talkie. I'ma run the lobby, speak to nobody. San Gabriel Valley, I'ma crash your party like.
Yeah, you made it, I've been anxious, but you made it. California, conversations till the sunrise. When you stop by California, I don't wanna be the one who's left behind. I love the way you lie, I don't wanna be the one to lose my mind. I know, you know, somebody put some brakes on me, I really need rest on me. Pops counting up every couple days, I'm smiling so we could think I'll shade. Why can't I tell the truth? Plain Draco back then with a clear and goal, like it all made sense. I needed myself and nobody else, okay, let's go. From how it looks, man, it's hard to complain. Man, I just been praying that when I get older that I got some smile in me that can remain. My money is long, but I got some new wishes. I feel like it's longer than government names. Man, not like a wish, it's a mask that I wear, and the faces below it is looking the same. Like, oh, you've been in this fight, I can see it in your eyes. Like, oh, I made up my mind, I don't wanna waste no time, yeah.
Money making while we're breaking, it's amazing. California, celebrated, we're berated, it's been faded. California, home where the hills are swarming with dead ends and the boss performing. Don't mistake it, you can break big till you get sick. Shut the fuck up, don't wake another neighbor. Shut the fuck up. I don't know you and I don't want to later. Pray to God I'll never run out of his favor. But we don't make the textbooks on our best behavior, do we? I'm the anti-hero of my own damn movie. All my exes write songs that I'm based on loosely. Day after mama, I can be choosy, I can be choosy. And when the sky looks like a painting, that's when you look down. Oh, money making while we're breaking. Oh,
but you made it, California. California.
I hope you felt love all around as we gather here today, for there will be days ahead where we might feel alone again. But today we celebrated, shined brightly, and stood proudly together. Those feelings and memories ripple forever and help remind you, you are not alone. Thank you for joining us. Today we are inspired to uplift and empower each other. We are one, and this was Asia Rising Together.